All right, City of New Orleans. Yes, indeed, Steve Goodman. We've been listening to some Nick Danger this morning and Steve Goodman. I don't know if it gets better or worse than that. I think better, mostly. I've been reminiscing, about all the time and the sunshine I've spent. Used to go down to Key West in the winter a lot, and in the summers I'd go up to Provincetown. In between, I'd be up there on the mountain in the Hildebergs in my shack. And remember this time I didn't have no jingle jangle or moolah or cabbage. And I had holes in my socks and shoes and everything else. And my body was the only medium of exchange. And they say you can't measure a man by his morals. But who are they? They never been there before. Easy to preach to the choir when your belly's full and you ain't got no relevance. My true currency is all I got. And my mama said one time, the body ain't nothing but an amusement park. And I called it down and out in Key West. I took this here job washing dishes where they fed me some rotten meat for dinner. I was sick for days and days. It was kind of a peculiar place, considering how modern most restaurants were there in Key West. They had these two big brass vats. One had some cleaning fluid in it, and the other had some rinse water. And you take the dishes and you scrub them and then stick them in the rinse water and dry them off and stick them back on the snack. I could see why I probably got sick as a dog. Well, I'll tell you. Before too long, I found myself standing at a church line at the southernmost point for a Christmas dinner, Christian style that is, where they gave us all a toothbrush, toothpaste, and new socks. Man, I sure could use them. And of course, a Christmas dinner. And that was the best day of my life with nothing left to lose, living in the moment. I didn't have no dough, no jingle jangle. Didn't have a billfold to put it in. And man, that's better than gold when you find out that everybody else has big hearts just like yourself. And to think everybody in this world is slaving for all those dead presidents to stick in their pockets and fill their empty wallets, and all one needs is a moneymaker and a promissory note. Now I ain't no billionaire or daddy big bucks, but I'm happy as a tycoon can be, living here in the now, and it's all I got, and that's enough. I ain't got no jingle jangle, cabbage or no moolah. It ain't got no holes in my socks, and my undercarriage is plumb full, and I got a toothbrush and some toothpaste. This here is my best friend. It sits all shapely in my lap and I strum it. And I love sliding my finger up and down the G-string and making it moan. All I need is my guitar and some chicken feed. No jingle jangle in my pocket, no green in my hand. Just holes where my soles whisper against the sand. And they measure a man by the weight of his belongings. But scales don't count no hunger, the ache in the cold, cold heart. Key West heat struck to my skin like a debt, washing dishes for scraps, rotten meat and regret. And then came the line at the old church door, Christmas plate steaming, hope on the floor. Toothpaste, a brush, socks without holes, riches ain't numbers, it's warmth in the soul. No dead presidents to stuff my jeans, just a body still moving, still hungry, still clean. Who needs a fortune when mercy's the trade? I'm broker than dust, but I'm alive and paid. Jonathan Sebastian Bach had no money either, because he was Baroque. Moolah. Sometimes the richest thing you got is a pair of clean socks and a smile. And I'm wandering down Duval Street with a hole in my sock. No jingle jangle, no cash in my lock. And my body's the only coin I can trade. A humble exchange for love I've made. And they tell you a man's worth is a measuring gold in morals and deeds and stories retold. But who's the preacher and who's the judge on that line? When the belly's full and the choir sings fine. And mama said in amusement park, ride the rides and stay right after dark. Ain't got no jingle jangle, no moolah, no cabbage, but I got a smile and a heart that can't be managed. No holes in my spirit, just a full undercarriage, a toothbrush, some paste, and a brand new pair of cotton socks. Down and out in Key West. I took this job as a dishwasher on shift, serving up rotten meat, caught a fever, felt the drift, days of nausea, nights of quiet prayer, found a line at the church door in the southmost flare, and they handed out toothpaste, fresh socks for our feet, a Christmas dinner that tasted bittersweet. When the world gave me nothing, I gave myself a choice to live in the moment, to raise my own voice. And all those people that grind for dead presidents' names, filling empty wallets, chasing hollow games, and all we truly need is a spark, a simple note, a promise we keep, a love we can tote. No billionaire I be, I'm no big daddy Warbucks you can see, but I'm richer than any silk-tied lad. I'm happy as a tycoon in this tiny town, living now, breathing deep, feet planted down. I ain't got no jingle jangle, no moolah, no cabbage, but I got a smile and a heart that can't be managed. No holes in my spirit, just a full undercarriage, a toothbrush, some paste, and a brand new pair of socks. And when the saints sing peace on earth and the lines far in, I hear the whisper tide, friend, you found a true friend. And the biggest measure I found was simple grin and a love unbound. Yes, sirree, golly, that's all a man really needs. I ain't got no jingle jangle, no moolah, no cabbage, but I'm walking home with clean socks, a full heart, and that, my friend, is more than gold.